my God. Let me make sure our mics are shut off. I had some technical difficulties in the beginning. I don't know if you can hear me. I don't know what's going on. I'm a little stressed out right here. Let me check this out right now. My stream was like really slow. So I had to restart my computer a couple of times. So the show has started late as usual. So give me 1 second. Let me make sure I am live and you can actually hear me. Yeah. Let me see. I hope it's not a delay, all this other stuff. Eddie George is watching. Jared Kelly. Jared Kelly, can you hear me? I don't know if you can hear me. I don't know what's going on. There it is. I'm a little stressed out right now. All right. Let me check this out right now. My stream was like really slow. So I had to restart my computer a couple of times. All right, so it looks like it sounds great right now. The show has started late, as usual. So give me 1 second. Let me make sure I am live and you can actually hear me. All right. Yeah. Everything's delayed. Oh, my God, I'm listening to myself over here. Oh, my God. All right, so let me shut the volume down here. George is watching. Jared Kelly. What do you mean no sound? I don't know if you can hear me. I don't know what's going on. There it is. I'm a little stressed out right now. All right. I can hear it, Jared. Are you saying you can't hear it? You better put your volume up, Jared, because I think I can hear me. Let me see. Hold on. But anyway, let me see. There we go. Maybe, can you hear me now, Jared? Can you hear me now? All right, let me restart this phone, and then we can go. All right. So, Glory Watson is baking cookies right now and watching a movie. So, and she's watching us right now. So, Glory, give me like 5 minutes or so. And now you can hear me. Jared says you can hear me. All right. What I was trying to explain in the beginning was that the computer for some reason was lagging and I had to restart my computer 2 times. And I'm a little stressed right now, but I can breathe because there's sound. Okay, so Glory is baking cookies. Glory, give me 5 minutes because I just want to introduce what's going on here. This past weekend, NEF39 took place in Lewiston, and I was fortunate enough to be invited by Matt Peterson to go cover that show, which I have to give a big shout out to Matt Peterson and crew of NEF for treating me with the hospitality. Like, this is what I dream of. Put me right near the cage, give me access, let me actually record the fights. I know sometimes NEF has a pay-per-view, but this particular time, they didn't. So Matt Peterson let me stream the fights, which is a treat because they got about 7,000 views after all was said and done. So I'm very excited for that because you know what? If I didn't stream them, Matt, I think, recorded them and they'll be out later, you know, a couple of months from now or whatever. He'll start trickling them out. But at least I got some of the fights out there. So I thank you, Matt. And my other phone's fucked up, so excuse my language. So I just want to go over the winners real quick. Right now, I'm going to just post the results in case you didn't know, because there's a lot of fights on this card and a lot of finishes on this card. Oh, there's my feed right there. All right, so let me shut this one off right here. This happens when Jared Kelly's not in the room. Jared Kelly is usually my producer, and I don't want to say secretary, but he kind of monitors the feeds. He tells me what people are asking. He's kind of my, I don't want to call him my sidekick, but he is my sidekick. So you know what I'm going to... Jared, I got a little special treat for you because I don't know if anyone knew, but Dylan Lockhart threw his mouthpiece out on Saturday night. After he finished the fight, he threw his mouthpiece out. And supposedly, let me shut this down. And I don't want to say secretary. I don't want to call him my side. Wow, the room looks pretty good. All right, so, all right, now I can see everybody watching, everyone talking, everything. I'm back on track, people. So Jared Kelly, after the show, had some news for me. So I'm just going to play the ending of Dylan Lockhart's fight and what happened after that. So just bear with me. So Dylan's finishing the fight right now. Throws his mouth guard, right? Throws it right there. We'll show it a couple of times. Right there. Guess who caught, out of all the people, caught the mouth guard in the crowd? There's the mouthpiece right there. That is Dylan Lockhart's mouthpiece right there. Jared Kelly, you are correct. Supposedly, Jared Kelly, let's show it again one more time. We'll show Dylan throwing his mouthpiece. Boom, there it goes. Lofted it into the crowd. Lofted it into the crowd. There it goes. There it goes. There it goes. One more time, Dylan. There it goes. Now we'll show the mouthpiece itself. Dylan, Jared said he is going to frame this. So I hope everyone can hear me right here. There it is. There is the mouthpiece. There it is. So I hope everyone saw me. So with that said, Jared Kelly there we are. Sorry, people. Sorry. So that was Jared Kelly. Jared Kelly supposedly caught Dylan Lockhart's. Let me go right here. Supposedly caught Dylan Lockhart's mouthpiece. Dylan might want it back. Jared, I will not tell him about this. So, Glorious Bacon Cookies. All right, I'm gonna tell. We're gonna have to, like, after I get the two women on the show, we're going to have to backtrack and talk about the card because I got too much going on right now. Gloria's baking cookies and watching a movie in the kitchen, so she's in no rush. All right, she's in no rush. And Megan Rosado is coming on after her. I'm sorry, I apologize. We're running late. So I'm going to show the results right now. It's true, right to my dome. Haha. So Jared Kelly caught Dylan Lockhart's mouthpiece. And if I seem a little tired and hyper at the same time, yesterday we had a 3-hour podcast watching Richie Santiago on the Contender Series. Richie lost, but he put in a huge show. And my God, anyone else would have got finished in that fight except for Richie Santiago. Kudos to you, Richie. We love you, man. We can't wait to see you again. And dude, you performed, man. We're proud of you. We are fucking proud of you. So I'm going to put the results right here real quick. So I hope you can read these, scan these over, because I don't really want to read them all because you can actually see them. I posted this. If you want to see the actual footage of some of the fights ending, how they ended, go to Regional Fight Sports on Facebook. I have all the videos there. I have the live fights. I have Megan's fight there. I have Glory's fight there. I have Dylan's fight there. I have a bunch of bits and pieces of fights being finished. I think I have actually the last 4 fights of the card. I have so much footage out there. You have to go to Regional Fight Sports. So the first 3 fights were all first round finishes. I have to say that was amazing. Went really quick. The card was flowing all night. Let me show you a couple of pictures right here of me and some of the fighters there. But this was it. This was Lewiston, Maine. I can't even pronounce where we are. I'll let the women say that. But this was pictures I took there. Like I said, Matt Peterson put me cage side right there. Happy as a pig in shit. So I got to meet a lot of fighters that I've talked to, but I haven't been able to actually meet in person. There's my man, Zach Richard. I heard he's coming back. Roz Hilton. Who else is in there? The Ring Girls, of course, made my night. I bothered them. Hey, there's Glory. And that's it. I mean, I had a fabulous time there. And let me, one more thing here. They got another card coming. I gotta show all the shit. I should have done this 15 minutes ago. But NEF has got another card coming September 7th. Orono, Maine. I probably said that wrong. Collins Center for the Arts. I do believe that's the University of Maine's campus where the Collins Center is. This will be the first time NEF is there. So it's a big show. I hear Tom Pags will be on there. I heard Zach Richards will be on that show. So I'll be going there. It's in September. My birthday, just for everyone, is September 15th. I will be there. I will be celebrating my birthday there. So that's that. All right. So I'm going to give Gloria a text right now and let them know she can call me. Because Gloria had a 5-round war. We're going to talk to her about this title fight that she won. Flyweight title fight. And funny thing is, Megan Rosado is calling in after about 9:15. She fought Glory. It was Megan's first fight. And I do believe Megan, dropped down to, I think it was a flyweight fight. Megan dropped down to flyweight. And now she's a bantamweight. So she made her way up. All right, I'm going to tell them I'm ready. I'm ready. So like I said, we had a 3-hour podcast yesterday. I'm kind of tired and I rushed to get this done. I put a lot of edits in. There's a lot of good edits in here. So let me tell her to have Glory call me in 2 minutes. Tell Glory to call me in 2 minutes. Now, this is where I need a producer right here to do all this shit for me. So let me, what else do I want to show here? All right, let's put them results out there one more time because you know what? What astonishes me? There was a dude who fought, who's 58 years old, and I think he trains Gary Carr. Gary Carr, the oldest man to fight in the New England Fights cage, defeats Clifford, Redmond, by first round ground and pound TKO at NEF. This guy's 58 years old fighting in the cage. It was a cool fight, I have to say. It was really cool. All right, Glory's calling in 2 minutes, so let me get her stuff ready. So, I'm just meeting a lot of these NEF fighters. I'm getting to know them. I'm getting really excited because I love, it's mostly amateur card. So that's what I do. I cover like the amateurs to early pros, and then after like their third or fourth fight as a pro, they're kind of out of my grasp. They're going on to bigger and better things. I'll still promote them and stuff, but they don't want to talk to me anymore. They got MMA Junkie, they got all that good stuff, wanting to interview them, and I'm not in the loop. So I got Glory's, that's a little too big on my head there. Let me shrink that down a little bit. Get that down a little bit. Glory's little text. There's Glory calling right now. Make sure everything's right. I think it answered. There we are. Hi, Glory.
Hi, Steve. How are you?
I am excellent. I should say Champ. Hello, Champ. How are you?
I'm good. We've been running around. Just say Champ.
Champ. Say, oh, Champ.
Champ.
Oh, because you have you have that other title. Explain what that other title is. You're holding the NEF, which you won Saturday night, and you believe you won another title on Saturday night. You want to talk about that?
Yes. So the NEF title is the inaugural title. I'm the first one to have it, and then so Queen MMA, Tommy V has been a really big advocate for setting up women's fights. He was really instrumental in setting up this site for me, and he's really big on just women in the sport and everything. So he's putting up a belt just to kind of show and honor women in the sport, I guess.
Well, you definitely. I do know him, and I know he exclusively covers women in MMA, which he does a fabulous job. And, he's doing great things. I mean, I think the last card he put together, Taylor Thompson's fight, correct?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, so he's getting a lot of women matchups. I was talking to him at NEF, and he's doing good things, man. He's got his own belts out. Good for him, man.
Yeah, no, it's awesome.
So, Glory, five round war. Let me tell you, I'm impressed by the fight. I mean, I read a couple articles. I mean, you've already been talking about the fight that you weren't extremely happy with your performance, but it was a 5-round fight, and you dug deep, man. And I got to say, that 5th round, in my eyes, won you that fight. What do you think about that fight?
The fight in general, it was super duper tough. Kari was an amazing opponent. She was super awesome. We met her at weigh-ins before the fight. She was really, really nice, and kind of didn't really talk much, but we would see her when we were just walking around before the event. She seemed really nice. During the fight, we headbutted each other a few times. Like, I touched gloves with her. I wanted to make sure she was okay. I'm probably the only person that would ever do that. But in general, it was brutal, and I definitely felt like going to the 5th round, if I had to go for broke. If I didn't put everything out there, it wasn't going to be my fight. At the beginning of the night, I wasn't feeling myself. I struggled with anxiety and depression since I was a teenager, and it kind of really played into my night, and I haven't felt that way in very many years, and it's not something I really want to feel again on fight night, but I have a feeling it'll probably end up happening again.
Well, you've been through the worst right there. I mean, you had that anxiety going, and you're fighting a title fight basically in your backyard, your first title fight, your first 5-round fight. That's a lot of pressure on a young woman, you know what I mean? And I can relate to the anxiety. I mean, I deal with anxiety and, depression here and there. And it's a struggle, always. I mean, it's highs and lows there. But when the cage door closes, I mean, does that all go out the window? I mean, I know you said you didn't perform exactly how you wanted to, but once that cage close, the door closes, does the anxiety go away? Like, kind of, because now it's just you and her in there.
So in all my other fights, I've been really anxious, but as soon as the door shut, I'm like, all right, I guess to fight. And this time, the door closed, and I still was super aware of everything. I knew everything that was going on. I was talking to Coach, and the first 3 seconds of the fight, I don't think I threw a single punch, and she came in and put me against the cage. And the first thing I did was just look at Coach. Like, I didn't even start to defend. I didn't do anything. My mind wasn't there. I was off in another place. I wasn't thinking about what I needed to do. I was mentally just on another planet.
Now, that hasn't happened at any other fights before this one, as far as feeling that once the fight starts? Nope,
not yet. That was the first one.
Well, I was cage side. Your coaches were talking you through that whole fight. You were listening because you picked it up, in certain parts of that fight. You talk about her putting you against a cage. That was basically her whole plan. That whole fight was just to stop your striking, stop you from maybe taking her down and ground and pound. She was adamant about pinning you against that cage and trying to neutralize everything, which makes it kind of a tough fight to score. Were you feeling that when you were against the cage? Were you like, damn, I got to do something. This girl's just holding me here.
So at the beginning, in the first round, she pushed me up against the cage, and she went for a single leg takedown. I shut it down, and after that, she didn't really throw any strikes against the cage, and she didn't go for another takedown. So that first round, hands down, went to her 100%. I didn't really do anything. But as the fight kind of progressed, I felt like she started to throw a little bit more and try to set things up, but she still... Never at any point did I feel like I was at risk for being taken down or that I was at risk for any sort of finishing combinations or anything like that, because it felt like most of her plan was really to just hold me and make me so I couldn't do anything.
That's exactly what she was doing. You know what I mean? She was trying to, just neutralize your attack. But, you had flurries in there, Gloria. I mean, I got to say, I'm impressed by your stand-up as far as, putting your combinations together when you have to. I mean, you would put them together and then she would close the distance, clinch, and just try to hold you against the cage. you were doing basically anything you could to get away there, separate, and keep the fight, standing. Did you know? Did you research her thinking that's what was going to go on? That was her game plan. Researching her last fights.
So I don't usually do any of it. That's all Coach. Coach kind of tells me what to do, and we work on whatever he thinks we need to work on. He definitely had an idea that she would be trying to put me against the cage because her style is similar to my style, and that's what I like to do. I like to put someone against the cage, beat on them a little bit before I take them down, things like that. Or if I even take them down at all. I don't know. Things change. I don't know. But so it was kind of a lot of my camp was focused around that, and then even in the beginning of the fight, it all went out the window.
Well, you know what? You dug deep, Gloria. I mean, even if you're on an autopilot in there, you made it the fight. That fifth round, people, I keep putting video up, and people are saying I have no sound. I got your whole fifth round fight here that I want to put up while I talk to you about it, because when I talked to Aaron Lacey after the fight, and I could hear him like in the fifth round, talking to you in the corner, Gloria, you got to go for it here. You really got to open up, and you gotta take control of this fight in the fifth round right now. And you went out there, and she still tried to hold you against the cage, but you opened up a lot more, and you were striking very well in that fifth round after going 4 rounds of a huge 5-round war. What did you feel as soon as that fifth round bell rang?
So it was something that Coach said to me. First thing, he walks in to the cage right before the fifth round. I'm sitting there, and he looks at me. He goes, "You need to make a decision right now." He's like, "Do you want to go home with a win, or do you want to go home with a loss?" And it's kind of it stuck, and it flipped the switch for me.
And it definitely did, because you picked it right up there. Let me just make sure everyone can hear. I got your fight on right now. It's starting right now. As soon as that fifth round bell rang. Oh, I love hearing my voice here. But just let me make sure there's sound here while your fight's playing and stuff. But you came out, man. I was just impressed by the urgency. You took control of that fight in the fifth round. You even had a takedown in that round. How many takedowns were in that fight? Was that basically the only one? One or two?
Nope. So I got one in the fifth round and one in the second round. The one in the second round, it was the last seconds of the fight, and I went for almost like a modified fireman's carry.
Yes, exactly.
And the way she landed right on most of her face and her neck, and I was watching it makes me sick to my stomach because the way she landed, I'm like, I was so nervous. I'm like, I don't want to hurt her. Hurt her.
Yes, you have to, though. You have to hurt her.
Oh, I'm the worst. I'm like, maybe like a temporary pain, but I don't want anyone hurt or injured.
Now, you did that. You did that the last round, too, right?
Yes, it was a very similar takedown.
Which you had her against the cage. Like, she was, that's where you reversed it. You had her, and that's where I feel that you said, I got to take this girl down, and I got to finish strong here, which you did. Like I said, I got to give you props for digging deep. You say, you had some anxiety in there, something you haven't felt before, and you still dug deep in the fifth round. And I'm showing right here, you're opening up, you're landing strikes. Then she tries to put you against the cage again. You reversed it, and that's when you had that throw there that she landed on her head again. What'd you think when that happened again?
Oh my gosh, it's great when it happens, but when I'm watching it again, it makes my stomach turn, and I hate it.
Well, you had to watch it a lot because your fight got about 3,000 views over.
And actually, fun fact, I never watched my fight myself. I only watched the coach.
Oh, is that right? Oh, then he break them down with you or whatever, and
yeah.
Do you watch them by yourself after you watch them with coach?
Nope. Typically, I only watch them one time.
Really? You know what's funny? I never watch my podcasts after I do them. I'll cut up bits and pieces to send out and stuff, but I won't watch any of it. And it's different between you and me because I hate listening to my voice.
I also hate my voice.
Oh, is it? Yeah, but you can't hear that in the cage. You're only waiting to watch the fight so you can get, your coach's output and everything else out there. What did your coach think of the fight?
So again, I'm super duper hard on myself, and he gives me hell for it all the time. We went out to dinner afterwards, and I was sitting there, and I understand it's a win and it's great, but I didn't perform the way that I felt I should have, or the way that I wanted to, I guess. So he kind of sat down and we broke everything down and we were like, this is what you were doing right. Like, you did win this fight. This is why you won this fight. Like, I've spoken with other people about why you have won this fight, but it's hard when you beat yourself up so often that you just get used to thinking that you're doing something wrong, and then having coach say, no, you were right. So it's getting used to that, but he thought that I did win the fight in terms of damage dealt.
Yes.
Because she controlled the fight 100% up until that fifth round. She had the most control against the cage. But I didn't have really any measurable damage at all. She had a cut above her left eye, so a little bit more damage.
And you talk about your coach. I talked to Aaron after, like I said, and like the urgency. And when you came out, that fight was yours to win in that fifth round. And like you said, you did great things in there. The girl held you, and that's the thing you're going to work on. Try to circle out of there, and that's things. That you're going to pick up in the Ami game. You know what I mean? Every fight can't be perfect. There's going to be bumps. But you won a title. You dug deep. You had your first 5-round war in there. And you made a friend. I mean, you guys, after the fight, you guys were all the camaraderie in there, and everything was was fabulous, man. It's fun to watch you guys go through a war like that. And then just kind of be friends afterwards. Did she say anything to you after the fight when you guys were kind of just hanging out?
Not really. My older sister showed me a video, and it's me going over to talk to her, and my sister goes, Kari is painfully trying to get away from you, and you will not leave her alone. Because I was just talking to her, I'm like, this is the worst part, waiting for the decision, right? She's like, yeah. So. Well, it's me. I can't stop talking. I wanted to talk to her.
Well, you have a heart on you. You know what I mean? You felt bad because you pile drived her a couple of times, and now you're trying to make friends with her after the fight because you won. You beat her for the belt.
But either way, I think actually my fiance put it a really good way. It's win or lose, no matter what. I would have hugged her exactly the same way at the end of the fight. It's all a matter of experience, anyway.
Awesome. So, speaking of experience, is this your third fight of 2019? Third fight of 2019. I heard rumors that do you have another fight coming? Are you due to fight for the NEF card in September?
We don't have anything booked yet, but we're trying.
Okay.
We flew Kari in from Oregon, so we're hoping that there's someone maybe not quite so far away that wants to step up and possibly fight to defend the belt. And then a little inside scoop where I'm looking to go down to 115 eventually.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Now, and why so 125 is not is an easy cut for you?
Yeah, I cut 3 pounds.
Oh my God. Oh my God. So, all right. So we're going to.
Shoot. I wanted to correct you.
Why? What did I do?
No, when you were talking about when I fought with Megan.
Yeah.
Megan and I actually fought catch 140.
Oh, you guys fought at 140.
Yeah.
Wow. And then, all right, that's why, because I'm like, did she go? I thought Megan went all the way down to 125, and now I know she fought at 140 again, and then now she's back down to bantamweight, 135.
Right.
So. All right, so it was oh my God, would you have an anvil on you to fight at 140?
No, I just didn't have to. I was walking around heavier, so I didn't have to cut.
Holy cow. All right, so we're going down, what is that? Strawweight 115, right? That's where you're going.
Yeah.
What's the pool like in that division as far as possible fights? What do you see? As far as challenges in there, is there a lot of strawweight amateurs around?
There really isn't. The only one that really comes to mind in the local scene is Adina, who fights out of Evolution, who competes with Megan. But she's really a local 115er, and then we have a 115er at our gym.
So, all right. So you plan on defending the belt and then going down to strawweight?
Yes.
All right. Cool. All right. So anything? All right? So do you think that's your next fight? Is September? You want to fight before that for someone else? How's that work?
If we can stay exclusively with the NEF, that's what we'd like to do. So hopefully we can get something put together for September and not have to worry about fighting before that, and I can kind of enjoy a week of decent food without having to diet.
Excellent. Yeah, so you can enjoy your summer and then get back on the horse right after that. Get ready for September. I love it.
Right. We have 2 weeks until fight camp for September starts. So.
Excellent. So, how'd you celebrate? I saw you after the fights outside. How did you celebrate that night? Did you celebrate? Did you go home, bake cookies? What'd you do?
No, I'm baking the cookies now.
Hey, let me ask you a question. Is your dog walking around with you right now?
No, he's laying down. He's been at daycare, so he's really tired.
Is that a Great Dane? What kind of dog was that?
Yeah, that's a Great Dane. His name is Harrison.
Is that your only pet? Is a big Great Dane?
Nope. We have a lab mix, and then we have a cat.
Oh, all right. So you got a couple. All right. I got a dog and cat. All right. Cool. So, Glory, I don't know what else to say to you here. I mean, you won the belt. You dug deep. What else is there to do? I mean, enjoy your summer and get ready for September, right?
Well, I'm going to get ready for September. I enjoy my summer because I enjoy training. That's kind of what I like to do. It's what I always want to do. I got to spend some time with my family. We went to Six Flags after the fight. Yeah, my nephew is a little bit over a year old, so he was really fun. He's super cute. He wakes up in the morning and just goes, "Hi, Mama." It melts my heart.
Excellent. So, well, thank you so much for calling. Oh, I want you to shout out all your sponsors. You know what? I had your shirt. I left it in the car. I was going to wave all your sponsors and let everyone see it, but
pretty upset you're not wearing it.
You know what? I didn't want to dirty it. I wanted to flash it. If I wore it, I wouldn't have been able to see the sponsors on the back. That's why I was going to bring it in. You want me to go run and get it while you yell your sponsors?
No, I could. You can. I don't know.
No, it'll take me like too long. No, yell out your sponsors, yell out your thank yous, yell out whatever the hell you want.
All right. So sponsors, I had some big ones: Lucky 13 Tattoo, Sea Dog Brewing, Feed Me Fit 207, HCS Enterprises, Adams Lawn Care, Mainly Tactical, Aflac, Ipanema. Those were my really big ones. Emily Thompson, John Kenny, who helped me with my hair. I had 2 massage therapists, Jen Moon and Judy Pomeroy with Bella Massage, Little Black Bear Childcare, Outback Towing, Rich Ellis Contracting, Monty Rand Photography did some great photo shoots right before this fight. It came out awesome. I actually had a high school boyfriend sponsor me. That's Jonathan Shedd. And then Thunder Pig, USA, Young's MMA, and then my strength and conditioning coach, Ricky Dexter. And then a big shout-out to Queen MMA Media for setting up the matchup and being so great through all of this.
Holy cow. Did you... All right, this was your 5th fight.
Yes.
Do you keep picking up sponsors each fight, or most of these sponsors been with you since the beginning?
I pick up new sponsors every fight. Some of them have been pretty consistent. I have some drop for one fight, and then they'll pick back up for the next one. But a lot of the sponsors that I do trade.
Oh, I see what you mean. Okay.
Yeah. And then some of them will do I'll get a discount on things.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Which helps out in training camp as far as, supplements, whatever, food. different stuff. Yeah, so that's give and take with the sponsors. You're helping them, they're helping you. I give you credit for getting all them and going out there and actually showing the new generation of fighters how it's done. I mean, so many of you young young up and coming fighters are way beyond where fighters in the past were at this time in your careers. You guys are leaps and bounds ahead of the history, which is great.
Yeah.
And
I've been working with a talent agency in New York and LA. I just recently signed with them. It's Bushwald. Signed with a gentleman named Scott Kaufman, and he's been super helpful so far, and we're hoping that he's going to secure some great sponsorships and help build my career even further.
Excellent. Well, you're producing in there. You're 5-0. You got a title under your belt. You've only been fighting what? How long? Since 2018, the end of 2018 or so?
June to June. It's been a year.
Wow, 5 fights. You're probably going to get another 2 fights this year. I mean, you're going to, fight for NEF in September. If we can get your opponent. I mean, you might have a couple more fights in there, man. Woman. I'm sorry. My God, you are the future right here. I'm excited for you. I'm so, we only met a couple of weeks ago on Messenger and stuff, but I'm looking forward to watching you grow and just following you along, Gloria. I mean, I'm excited for you.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate that.
And I appreciate all your team and everyone that's reached out to me to link up with you. And I wish more teams out there. I know you have other people on your team. Spread my name out there. I'll talk to anyone with a good story.
Oh yeah, of course. I definitely do.
All right, Glory. Thank you so much. I'm going to get your are you friends with Megan? Or
yeah.
In some way. I mean, you guys are crossing paths or whatever, but
no, actually, we've talked about going out on like double dates and stuff. Like, we're actually friends.
All right, awesome. That all works. That happens a lot in fights. Like fighters from the same community, once they fight, they either train together or they hang out or get, something happens.
Nothing bonds you like punching someone in the face.
Yeah, exactly. Well, thank you so much, Gloria. I love the story. I love talking to you. Sorry we got a little late on the start here, but I'm out of my mind. What am I going to do?
That's all right. Like I said, I'm baking cookies and watching the movie. Now I'm petting the cat.
All right. Thank you so much. I'm going to call Megan right now, and we're going to talk to her about her fight. And thanks so much, Glory. And I'll be talking to you again soon when we find something out for you.
All right. Thank you very much, Steve.
Take care.
Good night.
Bye. Well, there's Glory Watson. I was stuttering all through that. Plus, my sound wasn't working or something like that. All right, so let me. I know why it did that, because I crossed over my OBS, and that's why you need a producer, people. So I had pictures flashing. Let me get some over here. I want to make sure. I got a bunch of stuff for Megan here. I'm gonna make sure I make her interview flawless. So I'm going to put this over here. We're going to call her in 2 minutes. She's got a great story, too. Megan is 28, I do believe. She's a mom. I do believe. I got to find out. I've never spoken to her. I gotta learn how she got into MMA, because she's only been fighting. Her first fight was against Glory in November of 2018. So she's 28 years old. She's had 3 fights in amateur MMA, and she looked great out there. Let me just say, Megan Rosado looked great out there. Look, I'm looking at that camera. What friggin' camera am I looking at? That one? All right, so let me get her stuff up right now. I was excited for her. She looked great in there. And most of her fight took place right next to me. Right there. I heard her coaches. Her coaches were right there. Her coaches, Megan's coaches, were outstanding. Outstanding the way they told her and coached her through that whole process. Kind of like Glory's. I mean, that's what coaches are for. Great coaches bringing up, our future MMA women and men. It was just, that's why I love being that close to the cage. A lot of promotions don't put you that close to the cage, but being that close to the cage, you hear everything. You hear what the coaches are saying. You hear what they say in between rounds to try to, pick their fighter up, or, explain things, what they need to do. It's an amazing, amazing experience to hear that, and then to be around, just the judges. Oh, and that's what I wanted to say to Glory. I wanted to say I was right next to one of her judges. He was sitting right next to me, and what he said won that fight was definitely the 5th round, and Glory's, like, her aggression and her pushing forward. I mean, even though she was pinned against the cage, that's the only offense that was being put against her. And you gotta, I mean, that's not gonna win fights, man. I mean, especially in someone else's home turf, fighting for a belt. And Glory's opponent even said that, like, she can't go to someone else's home turf and expect to decision out a win in a close fight like that. It's not gonna happen. So that's it. So, all right. So we're ready with Megan. Let me get her picture up. There she is. She's awesome. She was awesome. She follows me on Instagram. I follow her on Instagram and Facebook. And we've never spoken live, and we're going to do that now. There she is. I'm going to just say, call her now. Call her now. We're going to learn all about Megan. Megan is 2-1. Her first, like I said, her first fight was against Glory at 140 pounds, Glory said. That was a split decision, I do believe. So, Megan split decisioned Glory, who Glory is 5-0 right now. So that's a pretty big accomplishment right there. Megan's had 2 fights in a row. She's won 2 fights in a row. Her last fight was a big finish. And I do have that on here that we will be showing, and we'll be talking to her about that. All right, let me see if she answers. She's got children, I think. I don't know how young they are. I think they're... Call her Megan. Hello?
Hi. Hello.
Hello?
Hi.
Hey, how are you, Megan?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm good. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, perfect.
Excellent. Thanks for calling in. Megan, I've never spoken to you. I do follow you on Instagram and on Facebook ever since I've been covering the NEF cards. Thank you for calling in. It's a pleasure to talk to you. How are you feeling a few days out of that big-time finish at NEF39?
I feel on cloud 9.
Now, what do you mean? What do you mean? Listen. Your fight's going viral. Your whole family, friends, everyone in your area is sharing that fight. I'm so glad it could get out there for you, so people can see exactly, what you did in there. You destroyed that girl.
It was definitely a good fight.
So, all right. So your fight before that, was that a decision fight?
Yes, it was. I felt like I didn't bring my all to that fight.
Which one? The second fight?
Yeah, the Amanda Bennett one.
Okay. Now, what? All right. So you didn't bring your all to that fight. What were the positives and negatives you took out of that second fight?
Well, it kind of was a little like the Glory fight, where it was a lot of on the cage clench work. But I mean, with Glory, we had a lot more like punching, striking, but definitely a lot of clench work.
Now, what in that second fight, correct?
Yes.
Now, is that something that you knew you were gonna like? Is that something you trained for? Something you really don't like? You like more, being in the center of the cage, throwing. Like, what's your outtake, and what do you like in there as far as when you're fighting?
I'm definitely more skilled grappler than I am a striker, but I have been working on my striking a lot. My movement and my head work, which you saw in this fight.
And, go Go ahead. I'm sorry I
with
interrupted.
with the Bennett fight, I think I went in there with the objective to take her down. I took more shots than I did with Glory. Just couldn't finish them in the Bennett fight. He had a pretty good defense.
Now,
yeah.
Megan, you're 28, correct?
Yeah. Yep.
Now, this is your third MMA fight. Your first one was the end of 2018, I do believe, in November, correct?
Correct.
All right, so you're 28, and you said ground game is kind of that's kind of your where you go to. How'd you get started with MMA? You're 28. You had your first fight, less than a year ago. How'd you get started with martial arts in general?
I actually went into a gym called Team Irish to do a fitness class.
Okay.
And then after the fitness class, there was grappling. And I was like, ooh, I want to try that. And I've always wanted to wrestle, but my mom never let me because she's like, I don't want the boys on you.
Understandable.
So, so I never did it. And then, so I was old enough now, and I'm like, oh, that's a little bit different than wrestling. And I did it, and I got hooked.
Now, how old were you when you went into that gym?
22, I think.
All right, so you went in there, and that's kind of like Glory's story too. I mean, she went in there, wanting to learn how to kind of defend herself. And I've, talking to a lot of young fighters, they go into gyms to get fitness, to get in shape, to maybe grapple just to feel how it is. And a lot of them end up really picking it up well and fighting. Is that kind of what went on you? You never expected the fight, and you went in there and you just started getting skills. And how did it evolve from there?
Exactly. I had an initiative to get into shape because I wanted to be a police officer.
Okay.
And then my gears kind of shifted, and I wanted to be a MMA fighter. And of course, my coach, which is Nate Libby, he kind of owned Team Irish, and then he built the gym Evolution. But he told me, hey, you're not going to be a fighter right away. You have to work at it, basically. And he saw me work for a while, and then he said he wanted me on his fight team. So it was pretty rewarding.
Oh yeah, I mean once he gives you that okay, all right, it's time. We got to get you in there. You know that if he's going to put his faith in. One thing I've learned about coaches that have really great gyms, good gyms, they're not going to throw in. They want to show off their fighters. They're not going to throw in a fighter unless they think they're prepared. They're not going to. Gyms are like families now. They want to protect their family. So they're going to bring him up right, and they're going to put him in there when the time is right. Is that kind of what happened? It's time to go. The skills are there.
Oh, that's it. That's exactly what happened.
So
a good coach won't throw people into the ring.
Yeah.
Just or the cage, because it doesn't do their gym any service. It doesn't do their fighter any service. It's just I don't know.
No, I understand. Yeah, you want to have. You get something out of it when your students are in there performing. It kind of reflects off your coaching, and it reflects off, what you're doing for these people. So, there's gyms in there that'll just throw in anyone out there just to get their name in there, which, I don't like or whatever. I like gyms that really bring up the fighters the right way, and it's producing. There's a lot. You're 2-1 right now. You fought a tough girl that's 5-0 in your first fight. So you're evolving the way they want you to. Is that correct? Are they happy with your progression?
I believe they are. Every fight we always have something to work on, win or lose. So I think my coach was really proud of me this fight. He's not a big talker, but you can tell.
Well, I don't know. He was in your corner, of course. What I was hearing when they were coaching you, I mean, I talked about it before you came on. Just being around the cage and listening to these coaches kind of coach you through a fight. My God, it's just a beautiful thing that people don't hear unless, they're real diehard fans or next to the cage there. It was a treat just to listen to your whole corner talk. Even though it wasn't a very long fight, you listened to basically everything they said, and you took control of the fight. I mean, the fight started up, standing up. I was very, like you talk about your head movement. I loved your movement in there, your aggression, just the way, you were throwing your hands and your head movement, which you talked about. You looked really great in there for your third fight in a year, basically. In less than a year.
Yeah,
in like 7 months.
In less than a year.
in 7 months.
Grappling, I've been grappling since like 22 off and on, and striking, I'm super new at.
Yeah.
So I've been working really, really hard with my coaches, with my teammates, and in a mirror by myself. So it definitely is exciting to be able to watch myself in that fight and see that things are progressing.
Yeah, I'm playing your fight right now as we're speaking right here. Just your movement in the cage and the volume of strikes you were throwing in the beginning there. I mean, I like your movement. You're right in front of me. I was filming the whole thing right in front of me, and a big stand up, and then you just shot in for her, took it down, and then a great ground and pound victory. You were very patient when you were on top of her. What were your coaches? I can't remember everything they were saying. What were they coaching you through when you actually got that top control? And what were they saying to you there to keep you calm and take your time to finish?
Yeah, he basically told me to well, he kind of adjusts what he says by my movement as well. So if I don't do something that he says, he adjusts what he's saying.
Yes.
So when I mounted, he basically wanted me to keep the pressure on her. He wanted me to get her head towards the cage. I couldn't quite do that, but I did have my forehead pressure on her.
Yeah.
I could hear basically everything that he was saying, but sometimes you have to adjust a little bit. Definitely. The only thing that I didn't hear him say was right before I took her down. I thought he said to take her down, but he actually said to leg kick her.
Oh, is that right?
So I watched the video and I'm like, crap.
No, well, did you think he said take her down? Is that why you took her down?
Yeah.
Well, hey, your intuition, even by a mistake, listening to him, you thought you would. It worked in your favor. I mean, I think instinct took over, and you went to your bread and butter, which you said is grappling, correct?
Yes. Yep.
Did you think? Did you know anything about this your opponent when you actually were getting ready to fight her?
I knew nothing other than that she was a 4-stripe white belt and she was 5'9" in height. That's all I knew about her.
And that's usually kind of how it happens in Amies. There's not much footage in there. It's just get in there and adapt when you're in there. Was there...
Right.
Yeah, how'd you feel about the fight itself? I mean, like you said, is she taller than you?
Oh, yeah. I'm
only 5'6". All right.
She has a little bit of different posture than me, so she looks a little bit shorter than her actual height.
Yeah.
But...
Yeah, she slumped down a little bit, in her thing. But, Mike, I mean, you just took control of that. Did you think... You talked about your second fight, how you weren't happy with that you could have done better. With this fight, did you work on a lot of things that made this fight happen, this quick finish? What did you adjust to actually have this performance this past Saturday?
So, if you look at both of my fights, it was almost like I was like, "Oh, you got to hit me first, so we know that there's a fight."
Okay.
So, I ended up getting hit first in both fights. This fight came out, and I was the first to hit and to move. And that was kind of my coach's plan. He's like, we don't really have a plan, so we want to move around and, see what she does. Kind of counter off of that.
Exactly.
Basically.
And it worked out great. I mean, right in front of me. I mean, I ran over to you. I was running around with that camera while you were fighting to make sure I got every piece of that. I mean, how long was that fight? A little over a minute?
It actually, if you do it from start to finish, it was only about 32, 34 seconds.
Is that it? Holy cow! All right, so. Is there any negative that you took it out of this fight, or is it all positive? I mean, it wasn't long at all. So, I mean, what did you take out of this fight from Saturday? As far as yourself,
it was good overall. I bet you anything my coaches can pull negatives out of it.
Yeah.
That we can work on. I definitely didn't like so much of my finish. Because I did kind of like a Donkey Kong grounded pound.
Yeah. Well,
which doesn't present any power.
Exactly. I know what you mean there, but a lot of people. I mean, it's volume. I mean, if she's not, intelligently defending herself, even if they're not huge shots. I mean, it's finishing the fight. You know what I mean? And
right. Yeah, I heard the ref say, "Hey, you got to move."
Yeah.
Lou, and I was just like, "All right, you're not moving."
Well, yeah, that's what. And we're showing it right now. You just went. Like, you call it Donkey Kong, but I've seen pro fighters do that same thing. And here's another thing, Megan. You're an amateur. I mean, there's only so much you can do at that point. You can't land elbows. You can't. There's things you can't do. You look to the future. When you're a pro, you're gonna split people open if you get that control on them. You know what I mean?
Right. And for like a pro stance, I think somebody that would be more advanced than her. I lifted my hips a little bit off of her when I did that. So anybody more advanced than her would have, hip bumped me off.
Yeah, would have got swept. Well, that
got up.
Yeah, well, that's great that you thought about that. Like, you're conscious about what you're doing there, and that's going to make you even better in that next fight, whenever that is. Now, Megan, 3 fights in 6 or 7 months. What are we thinking? I mean, you seem like you're 2 fights in a row. Each fight seems to be getting better. This fight was definitely a dominant performance. What are you looking to do? How busy are you looking to stay there? I mean, this is all new to you, so you must be excited to want to get in there and keep going.
I am obsessed. As my husband says, he said it to me the other day. He's like, I'm trying to figure you out. All 3 fights, I'm trying to figure you out, and I think that you're just so consumed with the fight life that you just don't know how to be normal outside of.
Now
I'm like, oh.
Take it as a compliment. Take it as a compliment. Now, is your husband, is he a fighter? Does he train? What's his deal?
He helps out in the gym. He trains jiu-jitsu more than MMA.
So he's in the life too, then.
Yeah, definitely.
Right.
He's in the life.
Now,
he loves it.
Children? How many children? Ages?
I have 3 births and 2 step.
Okay.
So big family.
Yeah.
Ages are 2.5, 4, 10, 14, and 16.
All right. I saw you in a picture comparing your abs with one of the kids. How old was that? One of your sons?
Yeah, that's the 16-year-old.
Is that the 16? Who's got better abs? I have to say you. Definitely do.
Yeah. After that picture, he went in the other room. He's like, I gotta do sit-ups.
Well, let's just say the genetics are there. The kid is gonna have abs. If he works at it, he's gonna have abs. So good for him.
Yeah.
That's so cool. You have like older children that can kind of see how do they think about mom or stepmom fighting?
Oh, they love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they love it. My stepson, he seems to be like kind of following me. I started with jiu-jitsu tournaments, and then he wanted to do jiu-jitsu, and then I started doing the MMA, and he's starting to want to strike now. So it's interesting to watch.
Excellent. What's your husband think of the kids following in mom's footsteps?
Oh, he loves it.
Oh, good.
He doesn't like getting punched in the face. But...
Nah, he's a jiu-jitsu guy. They don't like that punching in the face stuff. Oh, that's awesome.
But we are looking to I'm looking to try to fight every 2 months, but my coach kind of handles all of my fight stuff, and I trust him to match me up with someone perfect for me.
Yeah.
So,
are you looking all 3 fights with NEF, correct?
All 3 fights have been with NEF, but I think we're doing Combat Zone.
Oh, cool.
For the next fight.
Calvin's I've been a great promotion. How far is that from you?
It's about an hour or so out.
Oh, that's not bad at all. So you'll have a lot of followers. You'll have a lot of friends and family there to root you on. Is this are they looking for a matchup for you right now? Like, what's the deal with that card?
Yeah, he's looking for a matchup, and he just tells me when he finds one, and I just train like I have one.
Excellent. Well, Megan, watching you on Facebook and what you talk about that, you just love the fighting lifestyle. You could see it in you. You could see it in you that you're engulfed by it. Family first, but you're living a kind of a mom's dream here. Well, an MMA mom's dream here.
Oh yeah, definitely. I want to take it to high levels, so I like to commit myself a lot to it.
Excellent. Well, you're producing in there. Your last fight, as far as just watching you in there, as far as your movement, and then finishing a fight just like that. I mean, God, the upside on you is really good. And, I'm looking forward to whatever goes on. I'm going to go to when is the Combat Zone?
I think it's like August 24th or 25th, something like that.
All right, so where are we right now? Do you get any break? Do you get to hang out? Do you get to relax a little bit before you got to get back into training camp?
For me personally, I'm just taking this week off. It's my daughter's birthday week, so, and then going back to hard training.
Excellent. Well, congratulations on daughter's birthday, all the family stuff. Megan, I stole some footage off you right here. I have to give you some props because you had a great hairdo. I have to say. I have to say. Listen, speaking as a woman with the hair and when you guys get the hair done for the fights, is that a big to do? Like, do you guys I know a lot of women. They want to get the hairdo done. I'm not calling it a hairdo. What exactly did you do to your hair? I don't want to insult you and say the wrong thing.
Well, yeah, it's a hair. I call it cornrows.
All right.
I take the day before weigh-ins to do the cornrowing. So I make sure that my weight's at a good spot so that I can do that the day before weigh-ins. And we do it based on the theme.
Yes.
So that theme was All American, which she had my sponsor, Tony's Touch. She had a lot of fun with that one.
Well, I'm going to show it right now because I stole some video of it off your Facebook here. I thought it was awesome. I mean, it looked great. And that I really wanted to ask you guys, because I know, men don't have to worry about that. Men fighters, they don't care about their hair. Well, some of them do. But women put a lot of effort into that. It takes a lot to go into that. And I mean, not only are you going in there to perform, you want to look. I mean, you're selling yourself in there, so you want to look great, and you want to like have some kind of, identify something that you can. I don't know how to say it. What am I trying to say, Megan? What am I trying to say? Something that wait a minute, I'm gonna say it. Shh, something that identifies you as an individual. I guess that I told you I was gonna stutter all over the place when we talk tonight.
Right.
So
yeah, I noticed there's a lot of girls that do different things. I actually got inspired by this kid named Corbin. He's a little grappler, like a kid, and he does a different hairstyle for every tournament, and like dyes his hair a different color or whatever. And I'm like, you know what? That's pretty cool. It kind of, like you said, identifies him, and he waits to show it off for the tournament. And I'm like, you know what? I want to do something like that. So I picked cornrows, and we started doing colors in the cornrows.
Well, it adds. It's great. It's great for the you're doing themes and fights you're fighting at. I don't know what the combat zone theme is going to be, but you do this every fight, correct? You said.
Correct. Yep.
So cool. So we have something looking forward to in August as far as what colors we're going to go with. Megan, before I let you go, I want you to shout out. I want you to say, Glory had like 700 sponsors. Do you have sponsors?
I do. I do not have that many though.
Well, you only have 3.
I'm still up and coming on that.
Yeah, exactly.
Part.
You have 3 fights. She has 5, so you got 2 more to catch up. So you're going to gather them as you go too. So whoever you got to throw out there, throw your sponsors out there first.
All right. Well, I'll throw my coaches, my gym, Evolution Athletics, my family, my training partners, East Coast Builders, Tony's Touch, Duckle Bay Physical Therapy, and Trevor Kell Paint.
Awesome. Any thank yous, anything like that as far as, well, I think you kind of covered it, but you can throw it out there.
Well, yeah, thanks to everybody on that list, and Matt Peterson for making everything happen. Yeah, I love the way he runs NEF. He always makes sure that everybody's, advertised and out there. So, and it's run very smoothly.
Yeah,
so.
That's huge. How he promotes you fighters. He makes you guys feel like you're fighting farther and bigger than like a regional level. I mean, he does so much for you people. I don't know how he makes money, because it seems like he puts so much money into promoting of the fighters. He's just a very kind man.
Right. Yeah. And, James too. James captured great emotions with the pictures and skill level. Like he pictured some of my or captured some of my pictures where like me blocking or checking a kick or whatever, and I was like, wow, my hands are up and I'm checking that perfectly. Yeah. He just captured great moments I could keep forever.
As you just talked about that, I showed the picture of the check and kick. And who say his name before, because I'm using all his photos in this podcast right now. I didn't meet him, the photographer. I mean, he was running around. What's his name again? His name's around the picture, but
oh god,
what's his last name? What is it? I'm sorry.
James Walker.
I'm gonna make it big right now so I can. So where are we? Oh, there it is. Wrong picture. I'm all confused. That's all right. He got his picture here. James
Walker.
All right,
James
yeah.
Walker.
And he's the guy that does all the NEF photos. Does he do any photos for any other organization, or is it just mainly NEF?
I think he does sports photography, and he might do more than that as well.
Yeah, I got to check him out, because just like you said, he takes some fabulous shots.
Yeah, he captures the moment for sure.
Awesome. Awesome. All right, last thing, Megan, I want you to shout out your social media, how we get in touch with you, because you're going to be jumping back in training camp, and man, we got to watch you work.
Yeah. I don't know the links per se, but if you look me up under Megan Marie, I'm under Megan Rosado MMA on Facebook. And Instagram under Megan Marie as well, or Italian Girl 10.
That's what it is, Italian Girl 10. All right,
yeah.
Awesome. Now, I became friends with your husband today, so I'm going to be stalking him a little bit.
Oh, there we go.
He was so excited for you. It was so like he shared the post. He was so happy that you're getting recognition for all your hard work, man. I mean. It's so good for a family. I mean, an MMA family. I love it.
Yeah, it's really rewarding to be recognized.
Yeah.
And he's one of my biggest supporters, so it's great.
Excellent. Well, let him know I'm going to be I'm going to be watching you. I'm going to be talking to you again when we hear about your matchup at Combat Zone. Let me know. Send me a message on Messenger, and we'll talk again about the matchup.
All right, sounds good.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Megan, for calling in, man. It's a pleasure talking to you. You said you were going to have you don't know how to talk, man. You talk better than I do.
I guess it's because I can't see you, so.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I intimidate a lot of people in person. Not at all.
I'm just a weird person in general, I guess.
Well, no, you sound.
When it comes to talking to people.
Yeah, you sound very very personable, very like you would have a good time just shooting the shit. So, I'm definitely gonna be speaking with you again. Thank you so much, Megan, for coming on, and congratulations on your second win with a 38-second friggin' ground and pound kind of dominant performance, man. Good for you.
Yeah, let's hope for another one next time.
Yeah, I'll be watching. I'll be waiting to talk to you. And Combat Zone's it's half distance from the distance I went to Maine, so I have no problem getting there in August.
Cool. All right. It's an honor to be able to talk to you. Thank you.
Awesome. Ditto there. And make sure you message me when we find something out, so we can when we can talk to you again.
Sounds good.
Awesome, Megan. Thank you so much for calling, and you have a great night.
You as well.
Awesome.
All right, bye.
Bye. Awesome. Oh my God, I can't believe I got through that show without blowing up in here. Who we got here? Yeah, we got a few people. So listen, two great female amateurs from the upper north. We got Glory Watson, new amateur flyweight champion for NEF, who said tonight that she's going to be, enjoying some of her summer, and then she should be fighting for NEF in, where here? Let me throw that card up right now. There it is right there. There it is, NEF 40, taking place September 7th. We will be there. We will be there. All right, how do I get that picture out of there? All right, there we go. There it is. There it is. So, listen, I'm done. I've done 5 hours of podcasting in the last 2 days. Big card this past Saturday. Before I go, I want to show Jared Kelly and Dylan Lockhart catching Dylan's mouthpiece right here. Dylan Lockhart, NEF, new pro lightweight champion. So, Dylan, we'll be speaking to you soon about autographing that mouthpiece for Jared. So with that said, I'm out of here. Thanks for tuning in, people. We'll see you next Wednesday.